Hello, I have a problem. So, my camera is messed up. See that? Look at that. My camera is messed up. And it's black, or it's a screen. So we're going to look at that for a minute, and I'm going to try to get it to work. It's not working. I can't get it to work. But we're going to work on it together, because this is how I do this. So let me see if I can get this to work. Oh my goodness, I think I got it. I think I got it. Let me see. Oh my goodness, I fixed it. That's amazing. Hello. See if I can fix my live streams. All the time. All the time. All the time you got some kind of problem happen. But I got it working. So I got my camera working. On the fly. Fixed it on the fly. My daughter does a Zoom class because we homeschool, but she's got this special Zoom class she does, and she needed a webcam. And so she took my webcam, and when I turned my computer on and went live tonight, I realized, oh crap, my camera's not hooked up to my computer. So I had to go get my camera and plug it up real quick. And I'm only 3.5 minutes into the live stream right now, and I got it working. So hey, I'm here. I'm here. I made it. 10:47. Normally I'm here at 9:30, so I'm like over an hour late tonight. So sorry. It happens. Life happens, and life happened tonight. I didn't even get my windows together yet or anything. I just jumped on, gave myself 2 minutes, and here I am. So, what are we talking about tonight? I'm a tiny bit frazzled because I wasn't ready. But I'm ready now. I think I'm ready now. I think I'm ready. Hope everybody's having a good time. Hope everybody's enjoying their Thursday, getting ready for the weekend. Let's close that down. Close that down. Alrighty. There we go. So hello Jennifer, hope you're doing alright tonight. What's the safest way to treat the kids' room? For bed bugs? Is that what you're asking? Wood borers, the best thing for wood borers is Timbor. It is not an easy thing to do. I think I answered your question before because you had asked me on my, I think it was Discord. Was it Discord? Or maybe a video or chat or something. But the thing about wood borer beetles or powder post beetles, they're both treated about the same way, is you have to treat the wood that they're in. They will, and this light has got me really washed out today. I mean, I'm pasty, but I don't think I'm that pasty. Well, maybe I am that pasty. Well, anyway, so in order to get rid of wood borer beetles, you need to treat the wood that they're infesting. Typically, Timbor, Boracare, or something like that is what you want to use on the surface of the wood. The problem is that when you're doing something like, whether it's termites, wood borer beetles, powder post beetles, carpenter ants are different, and carpenter bees are different. But when it comes to things like wood borer beetles and termites, when you purchase a wood destroying insect plan from an exterminator, you are getting insurance. The thing about termite damage and powder post beetle damage and wood borer damage is that it can damage your house, and your house is your largest investment, one of the largest investments, unless you're like me and you have a whole bunch of kids. But in that case, the children. Now, you cannot treat plants with timber or boar care, you will kill your plants. So if you're now, I was under the impression you had wood borers in your house. So if you're trying to treat your trees, you cannot. You will kill them. You will absolutely kill them if you put timber or boar care on them, because it's a salt treatment. It'll kill your trees. So I don't recommend doing that. When it comes to treating your trees for beetles, that's something you would need to talk to a tree person, whatever. What do they call the tree people? Alicia Joe?
Tree person?
Yeah, what do they call them people?
Botanist?
Botanist. Yeah, you would need to talk to a botanist, because that's not my specialty. Treating live trees is now I do treat live trees for ants and stuff like that, but when it comes to wood borers and things, that's not really my profession. I can't help you. Bed bugs on a wood bunk bed. Lots of toys, stuffed animals, school supplies. How do I go about tackling that room? Okay, so arborist. An arborist. That's it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Jennifer Lego, she's smart. She's an arborist. Yeah, an arborist. That's who you need to talk to. But in order to get rid of bed bugs in a child's room, so Crossfire is what I recommend. It's really safe to use around children and pets. Follow the label. Just like I always post, when I do this, label's a law. It's on all my videos, because I try to stress that the label is the most important thing, about even more than treating. You want to make sure that you treat properly. The reason that I tell people to follow the label is because it's like buying a couch from IKEA and throwing away just chuck the instructions, and then you'll have a whole bunch of leftover parts. You'll be sitting on the couch one day and it'll fall through the floor as it'll break. You won't have a decent couch. So if you buy a pesticide, you need to follow your label. But you treat the bed, you treat the baseboards, you take the mattress box spring off, treat in the cracks where the wood joins together, where everything's bolted together. You'll kill your bed bugs. Bed bugs aren't attracted to things. They're attracted to people. So if you treat the area that the person is going to be in, like the bed or a couch or a sofa or something like that, lazy boy recliners, you're going to treat the area the bugs are naturally going to gravitate towards. And so if you're worried that bed bugs might be in your belongings, like, shoe boxes or picture frames or, school supplies and things like you're saying, stuffed animals, then typically I recommend throwing stuffed animals, if they're small enough, throw them in the dryer and dry them and kill anything on your stuffed animals. But because you don't have to wash them, you really just have to dry them primarily, because you wash stuffed animal, a lot of times you'll ruin them. But if you dry them, it will kill the bed bugs in your stuffed animals. And so then you can salvage your stuffed animals. But when it comes to personal belongings like school supplies or Matchbox cars or other things, toys and stuff like that, then you can't really just throw them in the dryer. And if you were to heat them, you might ruin them. So the only other option is to take them and leave them in the room and let the bed bugs come out of any of that stuff and crawl across the bed. When your children are asleep in the bed, they'll die. You don't want to treat you don't want to put mattress covers on. You don't want to use interceptors. You don't want to use these things that prevent the bed bugs from crawling across the bed, because you're going to treat the bed with pesticides. So that's how you treat a room for bed bugs, a child's room. And like I said, treat the mattress. It's not going to hurt the children. As long as you treat it, allow it to dry, make the bed like you normally would, put your sheets. Don't worry about a fitted sheet. If people do, I always ask questions, and I actually went over this in a past live stream about fitted sheets. Bed bugs will still come in contact with the chemical. Treat it like you don't have bed bugs. Make your bed, sleep in it that night, and the bed bugs will come out and they'll die. So, hey, can you ask Rory if he'll get me my water? Hey, Rory. I don't think he can hear me. I really wasn't prepared for live streaming tonight at all. Can you tell? I almost didn't come on here because it's so late. But I said I got people, they rely on me. I need to come. I need to show up. I need to show up. So, I'm here. I made it. Not very many people on tonight. It's late. It's late night. Late night. 8 viewers. So what are we going to talk about? What y'all want me to talk about next week? I got a video I did on bedbugs. What did I talk about on that video? I haven't edited it yet. I can't remember what it was about. It's long. I did almost 30. I think it's between 30 and 40 minutes long. It's a video on... Oh, I remember what it's about. I got a video going live this Tuesday. If I can edit it down, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a long video. But it's about bed bugs. And it's about how you can get... where you get bed bugs. And how to avoid bringing bed bugs home. So, you know, you got the summer blockbusters coming up. Bed bugs infest movie theaters. Bed bugs infest school buses. You know, we're about out of school season. School's almost over. But, you know, summer school and stuff is still a thing. And all the different places bed bugs like to hang out. And basically you can't really avoid them. If you've got friends or family that have them and yet you still kind of want to hang out, you know, you're not going to really be able to avoid bed bugs. And so I go over places that you don't really want to frequent, places that may have bed bugs, and how to prevent them in your house if for some reason you do have to go to these places. Like if it's a place of work. Let's say you are a home and care provider and you go into people's houses and the people have bed bugs in their house, but you still have to work there. It's your job. If you don't work there, you'll get fired. And so I go over, you know, kind of what to do as far as preventative, what you can do in your house, what you can do in your vehicles and stuff like that, and places that you want to try to avoid so that you don't bring bed bugs home. And so that's what I did a video on for next week. I mean, it feels like it's a regurgitation of stuff I've already said, but YouTube doesn't like to show people any of my stuff if I don't keep saying the same thing over and over and over. So instead of a new topic, it's basically the same thing because bugs don't change. One of the things about YouTube is if you're like a gamer and you get on here, well, there's always a new video game that comes out. So you could do a gamer video, you know, it's like, oh, look, this is the next best game. This is going to be great. You know, you always have content. But with pest control, bugs don't change. Bugs are always the same. You know, the chemicals change and maybe the method of treatment changes, but it doesn't change that often. You know, all of the information on my channel is still valid. It's still good, solid information. Now, back when I first started doing bedbug videos and stuff on bedbugs, I would talk about using Crossfire and Alpine WSG. Those were the two pesticides that I recommended. And I've noticed a lot of those videos now, people are like, well, should I use the same tank? Should I still do that? But actually, in my own practice, I stopped using Alpine. I stopped using Alpine for bed bugs about a year ago. And the reason I don't use it for bed bugs is because there have been studies that have pointed to Alpine not working as well anymore. And so if the bed bugs have developed an immunity to it, which, like I said, that's the things that change. When it comes to pest control, pesticides change. So I no longer use Alpine for bed bugs. I use it on a preventative, but I don't use it on an infestation. On infestation, I use Crossfire. So that's because it works. It still works. It still works exceptionally well. It's a little more expensive to do a bed bug job because, of course, Crossfire is outrageously expensive. But if that's what works, that's what works. That's what you use. So that's what I recommend. Now, a lot of people are still asking questions about, you know, should I use two different tanks? Should I mix the two together in the same tank? You know, Alpine, WSG, and Crossfire. And so my reply to that now is don't use Alpine at all. Just use Crossfire. So I did my first bedbug job, encased, vacuum, steam sprayed. I didn't realize how much attention to detail it took. Don't use encasements. Encasements are a waste of money. My family commutes by public transit and my daughter takes a school bus. I'd like to know how to lower the risk. So you can treat, there are things you can do with Crossfire. So let me show you the label. Hey, can you grab my water? Thank you. All right. Let's pull this label up and share it with you. All right, so this is the label for Crossfire. It's Let's zoom in a little bit. Make it easier for you guys to read it. All right, so places to treat for bed bugs. All right. See, effective for up to 30 days after application. Or after application. Let's see. Approved for direct application on or onto mattresses. Thank you, Rory. Low odor, non-repellent, easy to measure and mix, unique water-based formula. Okay, but I want to show you this part here. All right, so these are the PPE. It should be. Let me see. Personal protective equipment, PPE. Applicators and other handlers must wear long sleeve shirt, long pants, and shoes and socks. That's it. No gloves. No respirator. It's pretty safe stuff. Let's see. Physical, chemical hazards, directions for use. Okay, for best results, vacuuming surfaces is recommended prior to treatment. Spray bed bugs and eggs directly wherever possible. Apply as a pin stream, coarse spray, or low pressure spray, crack and crevice, which is, I talk about that all the time. Carpet perimeter, not the area, just the perimeter, which the perimeter is the outside edge, not the inside, but the outside edge. Applications in or around non-food, let's see, carpet perimeter, baseboards, floorboards, millwork, bed frames, headboards, wall hangings, furniture, doors, window frames, walls, mattress application. I'm going to show you, though, what you can treat with it, because a lot of people don't realize you can do this. Because I've had to tell people this last week. Let's see. Warranty. All right. Where's direction for use? There we go. Crossfire is next generation insecticide which effectively kills bed bugs in both residential and commercial buildings and structures. Crossfire patented technology provides residual control for up to 4 weeks after application and is scientifically formulated to target pyrethroid, wild, and or field resistant as well as susceptible bedbug strains. Crossfire also kills, which that includes bat bugs too, if you have problems with those. Crossfire also kills bedbug nymphs and eggs by contact. This product must be diluted with water and applied according to the mixing instructions. Apply Crossfire as an indoor crack and crevice and direct spray application according to application methods. Hotels, shelters, modes of transportation. That's cars. All right, a lot of exterminators won't even treat cars. But Crossfire is labeled to use inside your vehicle. If you're having problems with reinfesting your home, I suggest treating your car. Restaurants, schools, nursing homes, warehouses, offices, apartments, motels, kennels, and hospitals. Crossfire is an easy-to-use water-dilutable concentrate, an application handheld backpack, or with a paintbrush. So even if you don't have a sprayer, you can use a paintbrush. This product will not stain water-safe fabrics or surfaces. However, care should be taken to test in conspicuous area for staining prior to use. This product can also be applied with a paintbrush to walls, baseboards, floorboards, behind wall hangings, and other similar areas. Okay, here we go. Here's what I was looking for. All right. So, for example, on or around, these are places you treat. On or around baseboards, floorboards, millwork, bed frames, headboards, wall hangings, furniture, door and window frames, walls, closets, window treatments, beneath floor coverings, as well as on non-washable items that may come into contact with bed bugs, such as, and this is the part people don't realize you can do, luggage, shoes, and backpacks. So if you have a problem with children going back and forth to school and riding the bus, you can treat their backpack, allow the chemical to dry on the backpack. So if the backpack is sitting in the school bus floor, like on the floorboard, or on a seat at school, and you think a bed bug might crawl into their backpack, you could treat their backpack with Crossfire. Allow it to dry and then use it like normal. I wouldn't use the backpack before the chemicals dry. You want to make sure the chemicals dry first before reusing the backpack or putting your things in it. You can also treat luggage. So if you're a person that travels a lot, Like, say you're a lawyer and you have to travel a lot, or you have to use, cars and stuff like that, and you're always traveling back and forth, or you're in taxi cabs. You can treat your luggage bags. You can treat your carry-on luggage that goes in airplane overhead compartments and stuff like that. You could treat your luggage so that if bed bugs travel from one person's luggage to yours, they'll die. You can treat your shoes. So let me tell you what I do. So I actually treat my shoes. I treat my boots. I allow the chemical to dry on my boots, on the soles of my shoes, and I wear them in houses that are infested with bed bugs. This is one of the ways that I prohibit bed bugs from coming home with me, because my shoes are treated with Crossfire. And it lasts for 30 days. So you don't have to treat them all the time. You just treat them once a month, which I'm going to do because I'm in pesticide every day. So it's never a problem for me to treat my shoes. So that I recommend doing that. But I absolutely recommend, if your friends, your children have friends that have bed bugs and you're worried that they might be going back and forth to a friend's house, then you should absolutely treat their backpacks and their luggage, and so that they don't bring bed bugs into your house. Let's see. What do you think about isopropyl alcohol for killing bed bugs on contact? It's stupid. Don't do it. Burn your house down. We use temperate and alpine and something else that helps kill the eggs mixed with temperate. IGRs don't work on bed bugs. They don't work at all. There's been countless tests proving that it doesn't work. But people still use it. People still use things like Gentrol. Gentrol does not kill bed bugs. It doesn't work. Thank you for all you do to help with bedbug problems. Your input's invaluable. Regards to Alicia. Thank you. Thank you. Does everybody say hello to you?
Oh, hello.
Hey, Kenju. Thank you again. Coming on here and give me $10 every time you see me. Kenju's money bags. What's the best vacuum to purchase? The best vacuum? I don't know. Any vacuum would probably work. A shop vac? I'd probably use a shop vac, because then you could treat the inside of the shop vac and allow it to dry. And then if you suck up any bed bugs in the shop vac, they'll die in there. So you don't have to worry about them living in the vacuum. You can't just treat the inside of any vacuum. But a shop vac, especially a wet vac shop vac, would work really well for that. You could use that. What's the best steamer to purchase? Now, I do have that on my Amazon page. I have a steamer. I actually use the steamer. It is an amazing steamer. Let me show you. And I actually have the steamer over in that room over there. I'm in the basement, so my office is in my basement, and I have a storage room inside my basement that I keep my steamer in. But so let me show you. Let me share my scene here. This is my Amazon page, and my Amazon page, I'll post it in the chat. It's in the description, but I'll post it here so you can see it. But if you scroll down on my Amazon page, it's down here near the bottom. Bedbugs, New York and Canada. This is the steamer. I actually own this steamer. This is an amazing steamer. It is a really good steamer. I don't know if it's still on Amazon. Oh yeah. See, it's only $150, but it's a good steamer. It's got really good attachments. See, it's got all these attachments, and these rods goes really long, so you can get up high, like around your crown molding and stuff. If there's bed bugs living up there and you don't want to spray chemical up there, you can use that. It's got this little nozzle, so you can treat inside cracks. See that, like that little nozzle right there? That's a really good tool to get in around your bed frame and your cracks and stuff. And these bristles and brushes, some of these are actually soft. Now that one there, that metal one, I wouldn't use that on a bed frame or anything like that. That's actually for other stuff, I think. But it's also got this little tool here, this little corner tool. It's just great. I love this. I love this little kit here. This is really good. And these are all washable, so you can just throw them in a washing machine and wash them when you're done. So it's really good, and it's really lightweight, easy to move around the house and stuff. But I love this thing. I was actually told about this friend of mine, actually a friend of my wife's, told her it was an amazing steamer. She bought one and started using it in her house, and I said, I need to get one of those. And so I got it and tried it, and it's a really good steamer. And it's on sale right now, 25% off on Amazon. So. But I don't use a steamer so much when I work, but it says it typically runs for like $280. That's what.
I've never seen it at that price.
That's what it says right here. It says home steam cleaner kills 99.99% bacteria, and the price is $279. Is that the same one? Maybe that's a different brand. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's a different one. It's the same brand, but it's a different steamer. It's like a pig vacuum. That's different. It's got wheels on it. That'd be nice though. Sorry. I get excited over cleaning supplies. I'm like 40 years old, and cleaning supplies excite me.
And brand new stoves.
It's brand new stoves and cleaning supplies. I think I've become an adult. I used to get excited with a brand new set of Legos, and now I'm excited at things that can suck up Legos. Shit, everybody is just really donating a lot of money tonight, and I don't know how to take it.
We appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Yes, PL was $20, and Kenju came back with another $20. That's crazy. Y'all don't have to do that. I just want to come and talk. I'm just talking. That's all. We're talking about bugs. Y'all don't need to give me no money. It's fine. I got people here local in Lynchburg that give me money. That's fine. I don't need y'all. I do this for free. I do this for you for free. Because I don't want you guys to have to give me, y'all don't have to give me nothing. Hey, Caveman. Oh, Gentrol does work on cockroaches. Okay, so a lot of people use Gentrol for bed bugs because somewhere, somebody said it killed them, that it worked as an IGR. Somebody somewhere said it worked. But PCT Magazine has actually released a study explaining that it has to be mixed at 10 times the labeled strength. And even then, it does not stop bed bugs from reproduction. So that's the whole point of Gentrol, is to stop reproduction. And it does not work. They could not get it to work. And you know, if you read, the label is the law. If you're having to mix your pesticides 10 times the labeled strength, you're breaking the law. And you can't do that. So it doesn't actually work for bedbugs at all. And now Jennifer Lego donated $10. Okay, this is not, y'all need to, really, you don't have to do that. Really, you don't. Really. I mean, seriously. I'm just here to hang out, have fun, and talk about bugs. Y'all need, you really don't have to do that. Cover photo is from when Emma was in a car seat and Roy before facial hair. Oh, is that really true? Let me go back and look at that. Oops, not that one. This one. Let me see that. Is it really that old? Oh, dude, it is. Roy shaved. Roy shaved a couple days ago. He got no hair now. There's Emma right there. That's hilarious. Man, Charlie was a baby then. Or maybe not even born yet. Man, time flies.
You need to update that photo.
I love that photo.
Yeah.
I took that picture with my GoPro.
Yeah.
That's a good picture. I like that picture. See, we're wearing blue too. We wear green now. Because of Green Acres, we all wear green now. I got a different coat and everything now. We're like bright green. Bright green. Let me see if I can find a picture. A more updated picture. I don't think I've got a new updated picture of the way that we used to. Let me see. Let me see if I go to iCloud. See if I can find an updated picture of everybody. That song gets in my head. I like that song. That bumper music I use to start my... Let's see. Let's see. Wants to know everything. Hello, this is Jason with Green Acres Pest Control. Can I help you?
Hello. Good night. Good evening. Let me see if you can understand me because I speak English a little bit. I'm Jesse P.S.
Okay, what were you
Hello?
asking?
Yes, I have Bedbug, but I try my apartment with Crossfire, but that's not working. And now I rent new house. I moving tomorrow, but I leaving everything, but only I put my clothes in the laundry.
How long
Do you
ago did
think
you do your first treatment or your last treatment for Crossfire? How long has it been?
16 days?
So it's only been two days, 2 weeks plus 2 days. So 2 weeks and 2 days. It takes about 4 weeks to kill bed bugs using Crossfire.
But I see more now.
Yes, that's because the eggs have to hatch. The eggs take 6 to 10 days to hatch, and the babies take six to 10 days to feed for the first time. So it can be about 2 to 3 weeks before you get bit from an egg that was laid, today. And so if you treat it today, it's going to be at least 2 to 3 weeks before those bugs come out.
Okay.
In fact, most people, even when I go in and treat houses professionally, I go in and treat houses, usually about 2 to 3 weeks, they get a huge influx of bed bugs because they're all hatching and they're all coming out at once. And also, bed
Oh,
bugs don't need to feed every day. So the adults usually feed, the female usually feeds about once every 3 or 4 days, and she'll get her blood meal. Now, she likes to get a blood meal at least once every 8 weeks.
uh-huh.
So she only needs a blood
Oh,
meal once every 8 weeks to lay eggs, and they only need a blood meal once every 10 to 18 months to survive. But as far as laying eggs, they only need a blood meal once every 8 weeks. So they may not come out and bite you readily. And if you're blocking
uh-huh.
them in any way to where they can't actually crawl through the chemical that you've applied, then they won't die either. So a lot of people will treat with Crossfire, but then they will put mattress encasements on their bed, or they'll put interceptors on the bed legs to try to keep the bugs from getting to them. And then,
Okay, I'm moving
okay,
tomorrow for the new house,
yes,
but I'm scared bring more people over there,
you need to
in the
treat
new house.
your new house with with
Huh?
Crossfire, so that when you move in, if you take any bed bugs with you, they can't live in your house. Because if you treat your baseboards in the new house, those are the places the bed bugs are going to want to go to if they're coming out of your belongings now. And so you want to keep them away, because they're going to try to do that. They're going to try to crawl down, they're going to try to crawl in the cracks, they're going to try to hide in your new house. So you want to make sure that's treated before you start putting your furniture in there, because if you accidentally take bed bugs with you, you want to make sure that they die, that they don't get reinfested.
No, I'm leaving everything. I leave everything. Only I move with my clothes and my dogs. But do you think I need take a shower my dogs before coming the new house?
What did you want to do with the dogs?
Take a shower, before me move.
Dogs don't carry bed bugs. They can't. The bed bugs
Oh,
can't ride in on a dog. They don't use a dog like a taxi cab, like a flea can. They can't hang on.
uh-huh.
So you won't
Okay,
bring fleas from the dogs, but you will bring fleas on your clothes, and you could bring, I mean, sorry, not fleas, bed bugs. Bed bugs can travel on your clothing, and they can travel on your shoes, and they can travel. So I still would treat your new apartment before you move in. I really would. I would treat your new place before you move in, just to be on the safe side, because they can be in your automobile too, and you don't want to accidentally bring them in from anything. It's just a safety measure, and it's
okay,
not that expensive to treat your new place.
okay. The other thing is I have in my car too, but I try the car. How many times I need? Don't go, don't drive the car. How
Are
many times?
you are you anywhere? Are you? Is it hot outside right now where you live? Where do you live? Like, you don't have to be
And
specific, but
where?
like, where do you live? You don't have to
Where
be
in
specific. Just like what state?
Louisiana,
Okay, is it pretty
Lakeshore,
warm?
Louisiana.
Is it pretty warm now? Like, it's in the
No,
80s here.
n- I'm at 80, but I see in my car today they buy me.
Yeah, you need to treat your vehicle. You need to treat your vehicle with Crossfire, and you need to try to park it in the shade, because the um, cross, cross pesticides break down under UV light, and so you want to make sure your car is parked in a place that's shaded, and treat it with Crossfire so that it will kill the bed bugs in your car. In fact, I was just reading the label of Crossfire. It says right on the label to treat your car.
And I heard one friend before, he moving. I heard my friend, he put something in my car with Bedbug, and now me.
Yeah, but you need to, if you're continuing,
Okay.
yeah, you need to make sure you treat your car. And if you're continuing to get bit in your car, you may need to treat it more often, because normally you treat once a week. Once a month with Crossfire. But if you're having problems in your automobile, because UV light can cause the pesticide to break down quicker, you may have to treat it more than once in a month. You may have to treat like every other week. But that's just because the way that pesticides break down in a vehicle.
Okay. Thank you for everything.
No problem. You have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. All right, so let's see if we got some questions. I think we got a lot of stuff people were saying. And I was trying to find a picture while I was talking on the phone there, and I just can't find an updated picture at all of me and the kids. Do you got a picture of me and the kids, a newer one, Alicia Joe?
I mean, I have one of y'all at the beach in the hot tub.
But that's not one with me in my uniform.
Let me see what I've got as far as, like... Yeah, I think I do have one of you in your uniform.
I'm going way back, and I can't find any. Anyway, I gotta answer people's
Here's
questions.
this.
That's what I'm here for.
It's not exactly uniform.
Let's see.
I'll send it over Facebook, I guess.
Too bad I can't go for Mr. Beast level. Mr. Beast, he's weird. I don't know. I think those guys are a little crazy. They go out and they film themselves giving homeless people $10,000 to make themselves look good. I don't know. If you're gonna give, I believe that if you're gonna give charitably, you don't want a whole lot of people knowing about it, because that's how I feel.
New braces.
Let's see. Bedbugs are such survivors. You have to give them that. I said, so I did that job today. I cleaned my clothes. I see no live bugs. But if my company's using the wrong stuff, should I be worried? Maybe not. Maybe not. Temperate does kill bedbugs. You just have to treat like once every other week. Any advice on organic home treatments? My exterminator is starting treatment soon. 3 visits with the dog sniffer on the 4th. And I asked for a less toxic approach. He said he has something. Opinion? My opinion is use Crossfire. Organic pesticides are crap. They don't work. I've used them. They're no good. They don't work. They're gimmick. It's a gimmick to make you feel better about yourself and about what you're using in your house, so you can use less chemicals. But chemicals aren't a problem. They're not. I mean, all right. So let me approach something from a common sense standpoint, because this is the hardest part with people that are obsessed with organic pest control treatments. Is I'm in pest control. I'm not just in the pest control field, but I'm practically in pesticides every single day of my life since I was 6 years old. I'm in peak health. I'm not actually in bad health. I'm in pretty good health, actually. I'm slightly overweight, but my BMI is not that bad. I'm not considered obese. But that's because I eat poorly. I'm really healthy. And yet, I'm in pesticides every single day of my life. I have not died. I have not sprouted a third limb, although sometimes it would be nice to have a third arm. I could get more work done. But I'm not dead. I don't have cancer. I don't have, any kind of these things. Everybody's always terrified, pesticides cause cancer.
Your dad's a really good example.
My dad is a good example, because he's been doing it since the early 80s, since before me. And he's still alive, and he's in his 60s. All right, it's really, people paint all pesticides with the same brush. Not all chemicals are carcinogens. Not all chemicals are carcinogens. I say that. Not all chemicals are carcinogens. Okay? It just because you have a man-made pesticide does not mean that it's harmful to your health. All right? It's just that's the way it is. It's the truth. Not all chemicals cause cancer. Not all chemicals cause birth defects. Not all chemicals cause health problems. Treating pesticides all the same, like you take chlordane or DDT or even Agent Orange, and you try to say that all pesticides are like these chemicals is just not. It's poor education. It's not true. Oh yes, I noticed fipronil for interior use. Let's see. Back when I was very ignorant on bed bugs, I gave my cat a bath before getting her out of here for a while. She hated me for it. Yeah, you're a cat lover. I only like Chinese food. Let's see. I accidentally took bed bugs to a new place from my iPhone tablet and power bank. I don't own TV. I washed my clothes, left the bed. Treat your new place with Crossfire. Absolutely, absolutely. I saw a video on TikTok. So I'm on TikTok. I make TikToks. And I saw a video on TikTok where a guy does work on computers, and he opened the laptop up to do work on it, to clean it up so he could resell it or whatever. I don't know if he was doing maintenance on it or what. But he was doing work on this computer, and when he opened it up, there was bed bugs inside the computer. So if you're one to, maybe watch some YouTube before bed, or maybe some Netflix on a tablet, and you're sitting there in your bed or even on the couch, and you leave your tablet just sitting on the couch, couches get bed bugs. The bed bugs will crawl in there, and you'll take them with you. So that's absolutely true. A lot of people don't think about their electronics because, roaches are attracted to electronics. They'll go in them, but people don't realize bed bugs will do that too. Where do you get Crossfire? The best place I could tell you to get it is on Amazon. That's where I've got it listed. But you can get it on like Do Your Own Pest Control, Do It Yourself Pest Control. There's several websites you can get it from. You can ask any question you want, Robert. He said, "Is this just questions for bedbugs?" You can ask any question about pest control that you want. Anything. I answer any question you want. I tried sleeping in my car, but I found out after a week they were there too. How do you treat your vehicle? Spray seats? Yeah. So I've got a video on how to treat your vehicle. I can't remember what it is. If we go, let's go to YouTube. YouTube.com/green Akers PC. There's that. There I am. Click subscribe while you're there, by the way. And so you go to videos. Let's search videos. Let's search car. And see what. Look, #1 video. Bed bugs, mites, and fleas in the car. How to treat your car for bugs. Is it possible to treat cars? Because some people don't even think it's possible. And this video is pretty good. How to treat a car for bed bugs in under a minute. And you can pause where needed. This is actually a 30-minute video that's been reduced down to 58 seconds. So let's watch that, actually. Let's just watch it.
Wayfair has everything I need
Really?
to make my home totally me.
No way.
Sometimes I'm a homebody, so...
Okay. So there you go. That's my video on how to treat a car. And that's 58 seconds. You can pause where you need it. There are little tidbits in there, little pieces of text to try to explain exactly what I'm doing. But you can also watch this video right here and I go over bed bugs. I'm actually in my car and I'm showing different places to target in the car. But you want to treat, when treating a car for bed bugs, where the seats kind of clamshell together, you want to treat in that little crack right in there, where the seats work together, where the seat belts kind of go up between the seats. Those are the places you want to pay attention to when you're treating your car for bed bugs. So, and the trunk. Don't ever disregard the trunk. The trunk's important because it actually, in a car, it's one of the coolest places in the car. Where, you know, so what happens is when the sun shines through the windshield of a car, it bounces around in there and it gets hot. It gets actually hotter inside the passenger compartment than it does in the trunk, because the trunk, there's no windshield, there's no glass for the sun to shine through, and it's also typically insulated. And so it's not going to get as hot in the trunk. So the bed bugs, if I were a bed bug and I was in a car, the place I would go would be in the trunk. So that's a place they will retreat to. So don't forget to treat your trunk of your car if you're going to treat your car for bed bugs. Not all natural substances are safe. Exactly. So organic. Let's talk about diatomaceous earth. That's an organic form of pest control. It's a dust that can actually cause silicosis, which is a disease of the lungs. It's similar to lung cancer, and it's emphysema, and it causes breathing problems, and it's very dangerous and can kill you. Diatomaceous earth causes silicosis. You know, and that's considered all natural, organic type of pest control that people use. Now, you can use it in your yard. It will kill grubs and stuff in the yard. It's not bad to use there. Some people even take it orally as an herbal supplement. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't know even if that even works very well or not. But there's never been a case ever, and I've read a lot about diatomaceous earth, there's never been a single case during research where it's proven that anyone that took diatomaceous earth orally was hurt in any way. But it can cause problems if you accidentally breathe it in. And when you're applying it to your mattress, to your baseboards, to the inside of your home, it will get stirred up in the air and you will breathe it in, and it's not safe to breathe it in. That's why I talk bad about DE as a natural pesticide. It's also very repellent to bugs. Bugs don't like to crawl through it because it's similar to broken glass. And so you just like you don't want to breathe broken glass into your lungs, bugs also don't want to crawl across it. And so it will cause your bed bugs to go places that, you know, pesticides can't reach, like up, you know, inside your wall voids and places like that. So I don't recommend using DE. It's actually going to cause you more problems than it's worth. And I've got a hair right here that's bugging me, and I keep seeing it out of the corner of my eye, and it's annoying me. I think I got an eyelash that's growing down in front of my eye. How small are bed bugs? Full grown, about the size of an apple seed. As babies, about a third of a grain of rice. I suspect it's not the use of these chemicals that is the problem, but their misuse. Okay, I bought a couch from Goodwill about 5 years ago. Bought it home, steam cleaned it, had some type of bug, went to my room. Now I beat it maybe a year ago. I've been bug free. I opened up a bag in my closet. It's been there for about a year and now started back again. They're in my car in my apartment, but it's just a crawling sensation. I don't know what to do. Someone said it's carpet beetles and I'm allergic to their feet, and when someone says it's mites, I have no idea what to do. I'm tired. That sounds like it might be a problem with the phantom crawling, which is something that will mess with you when you have a bedbug problem. You can have psychological damage from having bedbugs, and it causes this parasitic psychosis, which is true. It is a real thing. You know, it doesn't mean you're crazy. It just means that you had bedbugs and it's affected you mentally. The only thing that I know is you just gotta kind of put it behind you and pretend you're not itchy. And eventually the phantom itch goes away, or you could see a psychologist. They can help with that. Doctors. might have to prescribe you something to kind of help until you can deal with the itchiness. But if it's bird mites or something like that, you can actually treat your house for those. That's a possibility. But if it's something that was sealed away for a year, it can't possibly be bird mites. They don't live that long sealed up in a closet. So I don't think that's what it is, and I don't think it's fleas, although it's possible it might be fleas. It's a possibility. What do you do when your house gets infected with scabies? You kill them. And you might have to get a cream from the doctor to keep them from breeding off of your body, and then they'll die. This is a support group. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's turned into a support group. It's like I have people call me all the time, and so I started my live stream. So I own my own pest control company. I've been in business in pest control my whole life. I've grown up in the field, and I started my own business 6 years ago. And so I started YouTube to try to put myself into the Google search engine, because it's very hard to get yourself noticed in Google when you know, it's just difficult. And so I made a YouTube channel to try to point people towards my website locally in Lynchburg. And that worked really well, but it also had the side effect of helping a lot of people all over the world. And so people will call me. I had a lady call me from New Zealand. I've had people call me from all over the world. And I just can't sit and talk on the phone all the time. I have to run a business, and I have to take care of my family. And, you know, I work for my family. And if I can't spend time with my family and I'm on the phone all the time, then it's not really worth working. And so I have my YouTube live streams I started doing every Thursday night. My wife's like, you know, you should just live stream and allow people to call in. I've got a phone number, which is right there. If you call me right now, I'll answer your question. Everybody else can hear it. Everyone will hear you ask it. Everyone will hear the answer too. So it kind of helps everybody. And so that's why I started doing live streams, so that, you know, and it helped a lot. It cut down a lot on the call volume, because I just have to tell people when they call me now is, look, I just don't have time to talk on the phone. And I really don't. I really don't have time to talk on the phone. So that's why I have these live stream nights like this. So I give up my time on Thursday nights and try to jump in here and chat with some people before. But I just want to help people. I really do. I enjoy YouTube. YouTube has turned into something where, I mean, I'm established. I have an established business now. I've got plenty of customers. I don't need to advertise using YouTube. I do this just to help you guys because I like it. It turned into something that I didn't ever expect it to be. I never expected YouTube to be this thing where I would come on, you know, and talk to you guys every week or make a video every week. I mean, I feel horrible if a week goes by and I can't get a video to you guys. I feel really bad because I know a lot of people depend on me. And so I want to do it to help you. I like it. I like to help people. But anyway. Can Crossfire go bad? We bought a 130-ounce jug almost a year ago, and it was curious. It should be fine. It should be fine. I would shake it up real good before you mix it, but it should be okay. I don't think it would separate in the jug itself. As long as you haven't mixed it, it should be fine. Yeah, if it's still concentrate. Yeah, Jennifer's right. If it's still concentrate. What is the natural lifespan of a bed bug if we don't poison it and just let it live? So, a bed bug, she can lay over 500 eggs in her lifetime. She will, she bites you. She lays eggs. The egg takes 6 to 10 days to hatch. Once it's hatched, the baby doesn't bite you right away. It waits 6 to 10 days to bite for the first time, and in order to shed its skin, that's why it bites. So it engorges on blood, splits the exoskeleton, and then sheds it, grows a new one. That's called an instar. They do that once every week to 10 days, 5 times. And that's 5 instars. So that's about 45 to 60 days. And then they're an adult. And then they can breed and have babies themselves. One female in a year can become 38 million if left alone to their own devices. They can live, I believe it's 3 years, 3 to 4 years, I think. A bed bug can live without dying. I have to look that up. Let me see. What is the life span of a bed bug? And let me do this. I'm going to go use bathroom real quick. Let me play some music for you guys while I use bathroom. If I can play the music. If the music will come up for me. There we go. Sorry, I like that music. That's very upbeat music. I like that music. Let's see. Okay, so... Alright, so I was wrong. I overestimated. Bedbugs live 6 to 12 months. That can't be true. There's no way that's true. Because I know that they can live longer than that. That is not a very good website. Let me find out this. I won't find this out.
They've been shown to be dormant up to 18 months.
Yeah, I know. They can go dormant for 18 months, so I know that that's not true.
I mean, I guess unless they're in some sort of a dormant stage where they're like similar to like maybe a hibernation or something.
Yeah, but that's still alive.
Yeah.
That's not dead. That's not true. This is... I'm going to have to look this up and find... I'll do a short. So... But there are some species that can live for more than a year. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some research on that question, caveman, because I was positive they live longer than that. But these websites are crap. Websites, they're not... I like to look up actual scientific peer review studies are what I like to base my facts on. So I'm going to have to look that up when I've got more time to actually sit and look stuff up. So, but I will get to it as soon as I can and let you know what I find. Let's see. I'm in a group, asked by a group on Facebook, and I've been getting a lot of help. It's like being drunk or an addict. It's amazing relief to know we're not alone in our struggles. Sorry, buddy, you're the bug whisperer? Who, me? Oh, I never whisper to bugs. I had an instance today where I was scared. I was scared of a bug today. And I'm not usually scared of bugs, ever. But I went in my attic. I had to get something out of my attic. And there was a European hornet in my attic. So a lot of people call them bell hornets.
Is that what stung you that time where your eyes swelled shut?
Nope. That's a European hornet right there. It's a big mamma jamma. Big old huge hornet. For those that are curious what a European hornet looks like. So I was in my attic today and there was a European hornet up there. Now these are Asian and European hornets here. These are the different, but they're about the same size. European hornets look kind of like this right here. That's a European hornet. They are, just to give you an idea of the size comparison of a European hornet, they're about the size of a 50-cent piece. If they were stretched from tip of the nose to the tip of the tail straight across, they run about the span of a 50-cent piece. For those that are in, the United States and know what a 50-cent piece is. But I have one, so I was in the attic and I could hear it because they're loud. And one was in the attic buzzing around up there, slapping against the rafters and stuff back and forth, and I couldn't find it. And then I went and I almost stepped on him. I was about this close to stepping on him, and I flipped out. Now, I have stepped on a European hornet before, and I couldn't put my boot on for 3 weeks. It was so sore. It hurt so bad getting stung by one of those little jerks. And but I killed him. But I was scared. And I'm not afraid to admit, I'm not ashamed to admit that me as a 34-year exterminator, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid most of the time. But I was scared tonight. Anyway, we keep our boxes for stuff. Like my wife bought a Breville espresso maker and stuff, and we keep them for about 90 days, and just in case a thing breaks and we want to take it back. So I keep those boxes up in my attic, and we were going through the boxes, getting rid of old boxes and stuff. And that stupid European hornet was up there and made me mad. I had to kill it. How do you get rid of mites that's been infested with scabies? If you get scabies, you need to go to the doctor. If you get scabies, you need to go to the doctor. You need to wash your clothes. You need to get your animals treated, because animals can carry scabies. If you have dogs and cats, and then they will reinfest you even if you get treated. So you need to treat your pets and everything for it, because they can get scabies just as much as you can. But scabies are typically something you need to treat your body. And I can't treat your body. You can't treat your body. You have to get a special cream for that. The CDC is not an expert on bugs. So if the CDC says 6 to 12 months, I don't believe them. They say a lot of things that isn't true. But they are not professionals on insects. They're the Center for Disease Control, and bedbugs don't carry disease. They try to pretend they're specialists on lots of things they're not specialists on. I would go read a entomology report. I would go to Virginia Tech or Tennessee Tech, the technological universities, and read their reviews, read their studies on bedbugs. That's where you're going to get truth. You're not going to get truth from the CDC. I'm in California. We have a show. It's called The Dog Whisperer. I've seen that show. Somebody just told me they got Crossfire shipped to California and didn't have any problem getting it out there. But there are a lot of states that Crossfire is illegal in. You're a bug hero. Gentrol doesn't work on bedbugs. My landlord won't do anything about the neighbor's bedbug problem. Well, that's a crappy landlord. I almost cursed. Yeah, the college sites, you're going to get better research from college because that's what they have to do. You know, college students aren't going to be able to pass their course unless they do in-depth research, and you will get better. You will get better, and not only do you get better research, but one of the reasons you get better research out of colleges is because most of their papers have to go up peer review, so their peers, people that go to the same class with them, or the same, not necessarily the same exact class, but maybe a different class, will actually review the studies. Because I went to college. My wife's been to college.
Like professors or
yeah, professors will review your papers. It'll go to your peers.
A peer-reviewed study goes through journals where they have like actual experts review the paper.
Yes, but in college they will do a mock peer review.
Yeah.
And peers will review your papers.
Right.
And that's what I was saying. You're going to get better research because there's nothing gives a student more satisfaction than tearing your paper apart. And if you could go, like, and even when you go to university, a lot of university students will study together. And so they'll work on a project together. And they will point out, well, no, this isn't right. This isn't right. You didn't do this right. This is going to cause us to get a bad grade because this isn't properly researched. And so you tend to get better studies out of colleges and out of institutions than you do from, the CDC, that's just pretty much repeating what they read somewhere else. That's the Center for Disease Control, not the Department of Agriculture. You will get better results from the Department of Agriculture, but most of the stuff that's on the Department of Agriculture's website actually comes from, like, Virginia Tech. If you go to the Department of Agriculture's website, most of their reports on their website are pulled from Virginia Tech, and which is done by students, university students, and college professors. So you will get better. It's all in where you get your research. You can go online and you can search anything you want, and you can get any kind of results that you want to see, but that doesn't mean it's true. You can't just search until you get the answer you want to hear. You need to search until you get the right answer. And it may not be what you want to hear. Like, diatomaceous earth is harmful. Yeah, there are lots of sites out there that'll tell you that you can use diatomaceous earth right on your animals. You could put it all over their fur to kill their fleas. And you could put it all in your carpet and all kinds of things like that. And that is not healthy. It's not good for your pets. It's not good for your carpets. But there are a lot of people that do that because someone told them it was safe. Because, hey, I can go to Walmart and buy a bag of diatomaceous earth for $5. I want to use that because it's cheap. But it's also harmful. Depends on your sources. Depends on your source material. So, bedbugs have no natural predator. They do. There's different bugs and stuff that eat bedbugs. Jason, have you ever heard of a scientist who's trying to develop a chemical that turns the bedbugs gay? Oh. No comment. Oh, that was a good laugh. Is apprehend worth having on hand if you have a steady supply of Crossfire, or is there no situation where Crossfire isn't the better chemical? So far, Crossfire is the best. Apprehend, you have to have specialized... you can't use a B&G to apply apprehend. You have to use their specialized equipment, their low-pressure equipment, to even apply it. So I don't carry it. I've considered it. It's not a horrible, solution for bedbugs, but it's not something I've used, and I have heard of a lot of failures when using it. I think it's really about application method is why the failure is there, because there is a very specific way you need to use it, and you can actually, by putting it in higher pressure devices, you can actually cause it to tear the chemical apart to where it won't work, because it's a spore. It's not an actual pesticide, it's more of a biological pesticide. It's that it actually tears the bedbug's exoskeleton apart, killing it. and it grows on it. It's like a mold that grows on the bedbug itself, and it's like a parasitic type of a pesticide that kills bedbugs. And personally, there have been from the research I've done on the actual active ingredient that's in Apprehend. There's a lot of things up in the air as far as allergic reactions from people to, it causes hives and irritation to the skin on some people. And so it's like, let me spray some stuff in your place that will stop the hives and the allergic reactions from bed bugs to cause you to have hives and allergic reaction to a pesticide. It doesn't compute to me. I don't understand why people would do that. And so I haven't. Now, if Crossfire stops working and Apprehend's the only choice to kill bed bugs, then I may have to move that direction. But right now I'm not. When using Crossfire with a B&G, what tip do you use out of the four? I use a fan spray. I use a fan spray. Either the coarse fan spray is usually what I choose. Sometimes a jet stream around baseboards and around the pin stream around baseboards and around the seams of mattresses and stuff to try to force the chemical into the seam and around inside the box springs. It's usually a really good way. And up around the crown molding and stuff, I always use a jet stream there. And then for surface spray of like the mattress and the different areas, I'll use a fan spray. Well, there are a lot of people, Caveman, he says, I'm not trying to be funny. It was a real thing. There are a lot of people that do really crazy things that are just funny. And it's real. It is real. Like, crapping on somebody's bed because you're upset with them. That's hilarious. It's a real thing. But it's funny, and I laugh because it's hilarious. I have done nothing but laugh since I heard this crazy story about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. It is so funny. It is just the funniest reality television show. I just wish they had Judge Judy as the judge, because I think it'd be even more entertaining if they had her up there as the judge.
She would have had this out by now.
Oh, it'd be over by now. She would have told, all right, you're a liar, and then it would have been over. It would have been the done, shut case. She probably would have said, all right, I award you $50 million, Johnny Depp, and you $50 million, Amber Heard, and now y'all are just done, cut even, you finished. Now go back home. We don't care. I've been through a divorce. And my divorce wasn't aired on national television. Where's my whole, I want my fame, my 10, 15 minutes of fame on the TV, because I went through a divorce.
Yeah, but you've also been through a divorce, and you know how ugly everything gets aired out at that point.
Oh yeah, ugly's that's a word. One more question. So the trash bag that was in my closet, what bug can go dormant over a year and a half and attack you and bite you right away out of the bag when you open it? Last question. So, I don't have to be the last question. You ask me as questions you want. But I get to the questions as fast as I can in the order in which they are received. And sometimes I skip over questions because I ain't got the brain to keep up with chat sometimes. And Jennifer usually reposts questions if I hadn't answered it yet, because I'll tell people just post the question again because I want to answer all the questions. But a bed bug can go dormant for over a year and a half. See, this is a problem I have with what I'm reading online, because I have read at least 3 different studies on bed bugs that have proven that they have found bed bugs alive even 18 months after they without a blood meal. So they give them a blood meal, and then they will write down how long they live before they give them another one. If they die in a certain amount of time. Most bed bugs die within 10 months of not receiving a blood meal. But there have been bed bugs that have lived for 18 months, still alive, 18 months later without a blood meal. Now, typically then they starve to death and die. And so this is why I'm pretty sure they live at least a year and a half. But when I just searched those answers for caveman, it's like 6 to 10 months. But I really don't think that's true. I think maybe some breeds don't live more than 6 to 10 months, but it's between 10 to 18 months for a blood meal. And so if it's a year and a half inside a trash bag, a bed bug can do that, but also fleas can do that. Fleas can go dormant for several years. I had a customer one time who had Dobermans. Well, he had tenants that had Dobermans, and they weren't supposed to have dogs in the house. They infested the house with fleas, and he actually evicted them and left the house vacant for 3 years. And when he went back in to clean it up, to rent it again, there were fleas in the house hatched out, ready to eat. So, the eggs for fleas, there was nothing in the house. The house didn't have mice. I went in the house. The house didn't have any rodents. It didn't have any kind of problems with squirrels or chipmunks or, rabbits or anything living, no groundhog under the house or anything like that you would think, well, where'd the fleas come from? It must have come from some kind of rodent or something. But there was nothing in the house but the last animal that was in there were those Dobermans 3 years before I went in to spray it for fleas. And so I know that the flea cocoon, when they go into those cocoons, they can stay dormant for a long time. Just because I've been in houses, I've been in the field, I've experienced it. I'm no expert, but I'd like to think they would suffocate in that amount of time in a sealed bag. Poor Johnny's truth is stranger than fiction. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Landlords are responsible for providing livable conditions. That's true. And I think all 50 states have laws, and even Canada have laws around the way a landlord is supposed to treat their tenants. It's called renters' rights, and one of the renters' rights is that landlords have to provide living conditions, decent living conditions. Like, so for example, if you have a leaky pipe under your sink and you start to get a mold growing under the sink because the landlord hasn't replaced the pipes and you get sick, then the landlord is responsible because they were supposed to keep the pipes from leaking, and if a leak forms, they're supposed to fix it. As long as you tell them. You got to tell them as a tenant. If you haven't told them, well, then it's your fault. But if you have a leak in the attic and from the roof or something coming down, and you need to tell your landlord, they're supposed to fix that, because what you're paying for? You're paying for a roof over your head, and the roof is leaking, so they need to fix it. The same thing with bugs. If your house gets bed bugs and it makes it almost impossible to live there, then the landlord really should take care of the problem. And in fact, that's where a lot of these lawyers are winning lawsuits, is they're going and they're suing landlords, and they're winning because the landlord is not keeping the property livable. Nobody is going to live in a property that's infested with fleas or bed bugs or cockroaches, and so they're being made to held liable to in some cases over $1 million to their paid out to these lawsuits. So if you are a landlord and you're watching me on YouTube, you're watching this video, you need to understand that by not taking care of your property, think of it this way. Your tenant is your house guest. Yes, they're paying you to live there. But, when I go visit my wife's grandmother, she lives in Northern Virginia. When we go to visit her, I take food. I take things there. I take care of myself when I go to her house. I don't expect her to take care of me. And if I were to rent on a property, I take care of myself. I don't expect the landlord to take care of me. I pay to stay there. I'll take care of myself. And so, as a landlord, if I have a guest in my home, if anybody comes to my house and stays in my house, then I don't want them to be sleeping in a bed full of bed bugs. I don't want them to go in the kitchen and find cockroaches crawling all around in their microwave, in their oven, in their refrigerator. I want to keep that stuff away from them. So if you're a landlord, you should really be treating your tenants as your house guest, because that's what they are. If you're not treating your tenants as a house guest, you suck. You're just a crappy landlord, and I hate you.
And the fault
You're laughing at me.
You need to, as a landlord, in many states, you can't just go and treat yourself. Either you have to.
Oh no, you're not allowed to treat yourself. No, in Virginia, see, that's another thing too. In Virginia, it is illegal to treat your property, especially if it is rented. It is illegal for a landlord to treat their property unless they are a licensed pest control technician, and you can get fined, in some cases, over $10,000 by the state if you are applying pesticides without a license for your tenant. It's against the law. It's against the law in Florida, too. I know Florida and Virginia both, it's against the law. I broke a kid's rollerblades and ended up on people's court during the Wapner days. Oh, man. Now I'm going to have to go back and watch to try to find you. Did you hear that? Mm-hmm. Will it be okay to spray in home for methrin 10%? Depends. Read the label. I don't tell people... All right, so if you ask me a question, like, is it safe for me to spray this pesticide this way? I will tell you, read your label. Because I don't know every single label of every single pesticide. The answer is read the label. Follow your label. If the label says you can do it, then the label says you can do it. If the label does not include indoors as a place you can treat, you can't treat indoors. There are hundreds of products out there that, all have different labels. So I can't possibly know every single label. I'll do the best I can, but, you say 10% permethrin or permethrin or whatever, that's, what's the label? What label are you reading? Or what name brand? Because every label is different. My landlord won't even get rid of ants or mice. I can't live with bedbugs. Spent $500 so far ordering supplies. Hope I don't have to throw furniture. My mental health is suffering already. Well, Crossfire will kill your bedbugs. If you use Crossfire, it will kill your bedbugs. But your landlord should be taking better care of the property. The thing is, here, if you're a landlord, think about it this way. You are renting your property to someone. If you kick out your tenant because they bring bedbugs or rats or roaches or whatever into your property, if you don't get rid of that problem and that tenant leaves, if you don't evict them, they just leave because they're living in crappy living conditions. They don't like the way that you are taking care of the property. You're going to have to put somebody else in that property. Hello, this is Jason with Green Acres Pest Control. Can I help you?
Hey, how's it going, Jason?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm all right. Okay, I don't know. I'm watching you live right now. I'm the guy with the trash bag in the closet.
Yes, Robert.
Yeah. Okay. This is what happened. Real quick. Let me tell you a story. I went to the Goodwill. My friend said don't do it. I did it anyway. Bought a couch. Brought it home. Steam cleaned it. Went to bed. An hour after, whatever was in the couch tore me up, biting me, crawling sensation. Okay. So I took the couch out the next day, ripped it up, threw it in the street, gave it to the trash bag. Beat them. I got permethrin or whatever, sprayed the whole house, whatever it was, got it out. Well, I sold my car. Whatever it was, destroyed my car. And then I beat them. And then now, 3 months later, the situation from the trash bag in the closet, opened it up. I guess I missed it when I washed everything. Started pulling the clothes out. My ex-girlfriend, she's on the other side of the bed. All I hear is, ow. I'm all, what happened? So something bit me. And then I started feeling stuff biting me. And now I don't know what to do. Now it's in my car. Now she just got a new car. Now it's in her car. And it only bothers her on the driver's side. So I have no idea what this is. I'm over it. I'm about to throw everything away and try to move or something.
Well, have you actually seen any bugs anywhere?
You cannot see. Well, I'll take that back because I seen your video today earlier too. So I'm thinking that's what it is. In my carpet, I pulled out some black thing, like a little bug, and it was in like a cocoon. So I pulled that. I got that on a sticky tape.
How big was that?
So I was talking. Oh man, maybe like I want to say a little bit bigger than a ladybug. A little bit, like a couple centimeters bigger than a ladybug.
Okay.
So that happened. So then now I'm on this other website on Facebook. It's called Skin Mites. So because I'm thinking it's a mite, and then this guy said no.
Oh no, it's
It's probably a
definitely
carpet
bigger than a
beetle.
mite. It sounds like carpet beetles.
Okay, but this is what I don't understand. And then so I tell him, he's all, have you seen the bug? Well, I got it right here. And he's all, what happens is, I guess the legs get everywhere. I mean,
It's their hair.
they go everywhere. And yeah, because at night, I'm feeling a crawling sensation on my legs. And he's all, did you walk around the kitchen? Did you walk in? I'm all, yeah. He's all, that's what you're feeling. It's going on your legs. And then you're going to the bed and you're feeling it.
Yep.
I'm like,
So
it makes sense, but
So what happens is carpet beetles shed their hair like a dog. They break off. The hairs, little tiny hairs on their body break off when they crawl across surfaces. And when you lay in your bed or you sit on your couch or places that the carpet beetle has crawled, the hairs will get on your body and you will feel them, but they can cause you to break out horribly. Now you can't feel it. It's not like a bug bite. It's not like you get bit by a mosquito and you're like, ow, and you smack it. And you're like, you look and nothing's there. That's not what happens with carpet beetles. What happens is you have an allergic reaction, like a hive-type reaction, to the hair from the carpet beetle. So it's not something that bites you. It doesn't attack you. You don't, it's not an aggressive bug. It's a caterpillar. It's the caterpillar. It becomes a beetle. But they don't hurt you. But the hairs do, and not everyone is allergic to carpet beetle hair. They don't bother me at all, but my wife breaks out horrible. She actually gets blisters from them where it doesn't bother me at all.
Oh.
So it depends on the person. Not everybody reacts the same, but that's the same way with bug bites. Not everybody reacts the same way to a bug bite either. You can feel it bite you, but you may not get a sore or a blister or a welt or anything like that, but someone else may get covered in them. It just depends on the person and the way your histamine reaction behaves. So usually what I tell people to do, it sounds like the cocoon you found probably was a carpet beetle, but I don't think that's what's biting you. I think what's probably biting you is either a bird mite or a flea. But fleas can lay dormant. Like I said, fleas lay dormant for a long time, and they can lay dormant in a trash bag for over a year easily. And when you open that trash bag up, they can come out of it because they'll be ready to hatch. Because what happens is the babies will die. The babies will, the caterpillar, the eggs, if the eggs hatch and the caterpillar doesn't get a blood meal, because what happens is the adult flea bites the cat or a dog or whatever. It regurgitates the blood and lays eggs in the blood. And then the eggs hatch.
But don't you have to have a pet?
Not always, no. No, you can track fleas in just on your clothing. Or if you got a used couch, did they have a pet? You don't know. If you got it from Goodwill, you have no idea who had that couch before you. And it could have had fleas in the couch.
But can't you see a flea?
Yeah, sometimes I've been in houses that were infested with fleas. I mean, infested. And I could feel them bite me, and I don't see the flea at all. And then finally, I'll look down at my pant leg, and they'll be crawling up my pant leg. But I will have bites, and when I go to scratch the bite or smack the bite, the flea's already gone. And so you look, and there's nothing there. That happens to me all the time. In fact, in just a couple months, I'll be right dead in the middle of flea season. I hate fleas. But yeah, it's real common to go in a house, especially if a house isn't heavily infested, to never see a flea at all, but get bitten all over. Just because they bite you, and as soon as they bite, they jump off. They get what they need, they jump off. They don't stay on you. They don't live on you. You're a human. But now cats and dogs, they will live on a cat or a dog or a mouse or a groundhog or whatever because they've got that heavy, thick underfur that they can grip onto. People don't have that. So they bite you, jump off.
I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know what this is because now I can't get it out of my car. She had a brand new car. I ruined her car. It's in her car now. But it don't bother her when she goes. She's opposite. When she goes in the house, it don't bother her. Right. But when she goes in her car, she feels it, like the crawling sensation on her legs.
Right.
And I mean, look, I'm up all night with a magnifying glass in my phone, looking like, man, I feel it, but I can't see nothing. Like,
yeah. Well, if you can feel creepy crawly on you, there's really only a couple of options that it could be. Would be bird mites, because you can feel those and they're miserable, or like I said, the parasitic psychosis.
No, I know it's not that, because my ex, she's feeling the same thing I felt.
Yeah, so
I know
it's probably
something. I know I'm
birds.
not
Do you have
tripping.
birds living on your house?
No, there's no birds. This happened ever since I steam cleaned that couch. It's already been like 5 years. I beat it for a minute. I came in here and I sprayed that per method, or I don't even know how to say it, 10%.
Permethrin. Yeah.
I sprayed that. I think that's what I beat it last time. I'm not sure what I did.
Permethrin will kill fleas. Permethrin's really good for fleas.
Yeah, I sprayed that, and as soon as I opened that stupid bag, the whole is back again. And now I just got a new car. Now that car's messed up. I don't even like going in there.
Well, what I would do if you were to call me and you were local and I could come to your house, I would probably come in. I would probably approach it as a flea problem, even
I'll
if
pay
you
a
don't.
plane ticket.
Well, no. I mean, even if you didn't think it were fleas, even if you did not believe it was fleas, I would assume it was fleas, and I would treat the house as if it was fleas, because that's what I would do. And because even if it isn't fleas, see, here's the problem with pest control as a business. All right, so when I am licensed by the state of Virginia, I'm required to follow the law, and the label is the law. If the label doesn't have bird mites or different bugs and stuff on the label, if the label doesn't include those as a mode of elimination, I'm not allowed to spray that chemical for that bug. That's against the law. So what I would do is I would come in your home and I would treat for fleas, because I would assume that it was fleas biting you, because what I'm going to do is going to kill the mites. It's going to kill the fleas. It's going to kill the bugs in the house that are biting you.
Kill carpet
and
beetles
so,
or many other things.
Yeah, it'll kill carpet beetles and everything. So, what you do to do a flea treatment is you buy. Now, the pesticide that I use for fleas is Alpine WSG. That's what I use. That's the chemical I use. It's the best thing. It's the loosest label, and it allows me to do what needs to be done to kill fleas. And so what you do is you mix it up and you spray the entire surface of the floor throughout the entire house. You spray carpets, you treat the linoleum, you treat tile, you treat hardwood, you lift up bath mats, like underneath the toilet, like the little bath mat, you lift that stuff up, spray underneath it, put it back down, spray on top of it. You treat the entire floor. You treat the floors of your car. You treat underneath sofa cushions. You pull the sofa cushions off. You treat all of that stuff. And those are all the places that fleas will live, but lots of other parasitic type bugs will live there too, and it will kill them all. And that's what I would do.
That's what I'm thinking.
And that's what they tell you to do.
Apartment,
that's it. Like the Department of Agriculture actually will say, they will tell you as an exterminator, they will say, treat for this bug. It will kill the other bug too. And so, so that's what you have to do to kind of get around the law. That's like your window through to do what you need to do to take care of the bug problem.
Because not cut you off, but my apartment, the guy came, or whatever, the exterminator, he came and sprayed. He sprayed during the day, like at, I want to say like at 2 or 3. He sprayed. By the time I went to bed, all that did was just piss them off. They tore my ass up, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And every time I spray, I'll put like distilled vinegar with tea tree oil, peppermint oil. I'll spray, and they'll tear me up. As long as I don't spray, they don't bother me. And then another thing, this is what I don't understand either. The guy that I was talking to, how he said those little legs get in everything from the carpet beetle. So I did a test. I went in my car, had my clothes on, my shirt on and everything, came into the house, went in the backyard, the outside, shook it, and all kind of lint stuff came off of it. I was like, okay. And then I got a clean shirt out of because I got everything in Ziploc bags, and got a clean one and shook it, and nothing. So I'm thinking that's what it is, whatever. It looks like lint, and I think that's what's attacking. I don't know, shit.
Well, it sound I don't know. There's only a couple of things that I think it could be as far as my job. Now, which state do you live in?
I live in California.
Yeah, and see, that's one of the problems with it. Could be something else that we don't have in Virginia. That's the thing, because California, even though the climate is similar to Virginia climate, the pests aren't. And so, even Colorado is where that Asian hornet was, what they call the murder hornets. They were in Colorado. Yeah. We never got those here. There's a lot of bugs that we don't get in Virginia that you could be getting in California that we just don't have here. And I'm just trying to give you the best answer as to what I would find in Virginia. And so it could be something out there that's just different. We have rattlesnakes here. We have stuff here that a lot of people don't have in other states. But, then you have things in California we don't have here. We don't have drywood termites. You do. Like Southern California has drywood termites. We don't have drywood termites in Virginia. And so, there's things like that you have we don't have. And so it could be something that's bothering you that we don't have here. So
yeah, because I got a dehumidifier in my room. I don't spend money on that. I'm thinking about buying a air filter thing, whatever. Because I see, when the sunlight comes into my house, I see all those floating things in the air, just floating everywhere.
Now, a lot of that's
the carpet. That's the carpet beetle's legs.
Well,
that's
see,
what's itching you.
Dust particles will fly in the air. This is one of the things I try to tell people why you don't want to use diatomaceous earth all over the house, is because that stuff will stir up in the air too, and you breathe that stuff in, and it's not safe for you. And so, because dust will stir up. People don't realize just how much dust floats in the air in your house.
Yeah, I got it all under my couches. I got to get that shit up.
Yeah, I would, but that's what carpet beetles
feed
on.
Now, and I noticed another thing that's helping me, and I'm not putting this underneath the blankets, the sheets. I'm putting it on top of the sheets and sleeping in it. I don't care. Baking soda or baking powder, whatever it is. It helps a little bit. I don't feel the crawling that much. I don't know if I'm tripping or, man. And I want to fog the place. I know that will work. I think that's what I did last time, but I messed up. I regretted it. I lost everything. The problem with that is I got a 180 saltwater reef tank in my living room.
Oh yeah, you don't want to do that.
I tried.
No, you don't want to do that. You'll
kill
your fish.
That's what I did the first time. I went to Home Depot and I saran wrapped the shit out of it, the top, the bottom.
Yeah, it'll still kill them, though.
Still got in there.
Yeah, it'll still kill them, especially if you have your circulator on. It'll kill your fish. In fact, you're supposed to turn off your circulator, turn off your fish tank completely, and unhook that stuff, because or if you can, just move it outside. That you really you'll kill your fish. They're very susceptible to pesticides.
Okay, now one more question. Now, because I think I did it before and it was okay. I just stayed away from the fish tank.
Mm-hmm.
I just sprayed it in the corners on the floor and everything. With this permethrin, I got I can't even say it. 10%.
Yeah.
Permethrin. Yeah. I'm gonna put that in the spray bottle, and I'm just gonna hit the corners. But I'm still gonna wrap the tank up. I'm just gonna put a tarp on it and everything, because I want some release. But put it this way, I sleep during the day. And I'm up all night. That's how bad it is, because I don't want to get messed with that. At night, forget it. You're not sleeping. So I just woke up a little while ago, so I'll be up all night now.
Oh.
That's how crazy this stuff is.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
So
honestly, though, if you add, but from my opinion, if you lived in Virginia, I would assume that it would either be fleas or mites. But like I said, I don't think. Maybe that's not what you've got. Maybe it is something unique to California, or maybe out west somewhere. But I don't, honestly. I'll tell you if I knew. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I've just been watching videos. I was like, man, I got to get a hold of this guy. He knows his stuff. But I don't, man. I guess I just got to keep fighting it and just keep vacuuming and washing everything.
You could try calling a college out that way and just see, do you have any, I don't know if you got any tech colleges out that way that do a lot of entomology, but see, Virginia Tech's really big on entomology.
We got USC, I got UCLA, I'm pretty sure there's something in there I could.
But they'll help you.
Take it in there
The
and
colleges are really good. Universities are really good. If you can figure out one that's got a good entomology department, I don't know. I need to look into that more. I'll actually keep myself a list because I know Virginia Tech's really good, but they're more East Coast. They're not going to know a lot West Coast, and so you need somebody that's more out that way that gets a lot of bugs. You know, because Virginia Tech, you can send them bugs and they will research it and figure out what it is. They are absolutely fantastic about, their entomology program. But I don't know what to tell you about out that way out west if there is even anything like that out there for you.
I'm pretty sure there's something.
Yeah.
Because there's a place I took it before, but they acted like I was crazy, so I don't even go there no more.
Oh,
I took it to a place where it's a mosquito. I don't even know what you call it. So, well, they look at the mosquitoes and all that. And I took samples, and they're all, oh, this is nothing. And I was like, all right, that's cool. Never mind. Thank you. But no, I know I'm not crazy because I'm not the only one that got this. Whatever it is, I feel bad. I messed my ex-girl. I messed her car up. Now she's pissed. She don't really talk to me no more. She don't even want to come around. It's like, man. And I don't tell nobody. I don't really tell nobody about it because I don't want them judging me like, you're crazy. You're going crazy. And I know I'm not going crazy because she remembers she was here that day too when I brought that stupid couch from the Goodwill, and I don't know why I did that. I learned my lesson now though. No more stuff from the Goodwill.
Well, I'm gonna have to get off
Jason,
here. You have a good night.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All righty. So let's see here. Oh, happy Mother's Day, Alicia. I don't know where she went off. She went off somewhere. She probably went to bed. She's tired. It's late. It's really late here. I've been on for about an hour and a half. I try to stay on for at least an hour and a half. Let me get through these now. Let me go ahead and do this and do that. So I turned phone off because that's the last call I'm gonna be able to get tonight. Because I'm gonna try to wrap this up and log off for the night because I'm tired and I need to sleep. I got termites to kill tomorrow. Make sure I get good rest tonight. But so let's see. Let me read through the rest of these comments that I've got on here. Jennifer Lego says she's going to go to bed. She might have already gone to bed. People wishing Lalicia happy Mother's Day. That's my wife. I accidentally oversprayed my vegetable garden with Merit 75 WSP. I don't know what that is. How to kill mites and other different mites. One of these scabies. So mites, I deal with a lot of spider and clover mites here in Virginia, and they're not too hard. You could spray granules in the yard, treat around windows and doors, and usually that will kill your mite problems. What's good for German roaches? Alpine WSG. Vendetta is good. Vendetta Pro is really good. Nitro, whatever it's called, is a good bait for them. Advion's good. That's usually what I use for cockroaches. Maud is gone. Time to get crazy, but she's still here. I think. She might have gone to bed. She probably did go to bed by now. German roaches are resistant to over-the-counter sprays. Yeah, that's true. Cockroaches here are immune to Max Force. It doesn't work anymore on them. So I use Vendetta or Advion. Is really good for them. There's another one I got out there too that I use right now. I'll have to get back with you and let you know what I use. If Crossfire is illegal in New York City, what's an alternative product you would recommend? So here's the thing about Crossfire. Now, Crossfire, the reason I recommend Crossfire is because it's a non-repellent. It lasts for a month. It's very effective. Bedbugs haven't developed an immunity to it yet. But you can use repellents. You can use over-the-counter pesticides for bedbugs, but you need to treat really often, and you need to treat for a long period of time. So it's not one of these things where you can do like a one and done or maybe 2 treatments and be done. It's going to be one of these where you're going to have to stay religious on top of it all the time, constantly treat in order to get ahead of your bedbug problem, because eventually your bedbugs will either, 1, starve to death because they can't get to you because there's pesticides, or they will eventually have to crawl the chemical because if they don't, they'll starve and then they die. And so those are the two ways to get rid of bedbugs. You don't have to use Crossfire. You could use other pesticides, but Crossfire is the best right now. It works the best. It works the quickest. You know, when I have a person call me for pest control, they don't want the bugs to take, 3, 4, 5 months to die. They want you to get rid of the problem as soon as possible. So I use Crossfire because it is the quickest, soonest solution. I want to solve the problem as quick as possible so that the customer can be happy, their problem is eliminated, and they can always call me in the future if they have a problem arise again. So, but anyway, I'm going to log out. I am going to post a video to Vitriolic on my YouTube channel for mites so that you can see what I use and how I kill bird mites.
At Lynchburg.
And you can hear it. Let me see. Let me copy that. And that's for bird mites, to answer your question. And I am going to get to bed because I'm tired. I have been up all day and I am exhausted. So I am going to go get some sleep. You guys have a great night. I think my wife has already left me. She's already gone to bed. So hopefully she don't poop in the bed upstairs, because that evidently that Amber Heard, she done start a wave across the country. Everybody pooping in beds. So don't poop in people's bed. Don't poop in your bed. I'm not going to go. You poop in your bed if you want. It's your bed. But anyway, sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.